Hello, beautiful souls. This is Vanita Kumar, also known as Twinflameunion, bringing you guys in this week's pep talk and empowerment 7 signs that your twin flame loves you. You all know that they love you in your own way, but how do they actually give you signs that I actually love you? This is that video, so you might want to stick around. We're going to dive deep into all the signs. 7 is a spiritual number, and when I was actually coming up and channeling all the signs that I believe as a twin flame teacher and being in the journey for about 5 years, 5.5 years now, actually 5 years with my twin flame and then 5.5 in general, to know that these are some of the for sure signs that are very strong indications that your twin flame loves you. And trust me when I say this, the viewers that are going to be watching this video, all of it will resonate. And if you find that none of this resonates, then chances are that you are not dealing with a twin flame. It's as simple as that. This is a very, very generic sign that I'm going to come up with, and it's nice to just know that validation that whatever you are experiencing is definitely somebody that is as significant as your twin flame. I know that a lot of non-twin flames also get drawn to my videos, and you can stick around as well. These may actually be a very strong indication as well for somebody that you have deep soul connection with as well. The signs that are here will definitely resonate to you as well. So we're going to dive deep into this video, but before we actually begin, let's hit it. And welcome back. For those that are new to this channel, welcome. Please do not forget to hit like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any future videos. You may want to check out my other playlist. There's tons of videos that I have on signs and things, the pep talk and empowerment, on other avenues of the journey. It doesn't matter whether you're a twin flame or you're just in a spiritual journey. All of these teachings will actually explain to you what you're experiencing, and also it's nice to just get that validation as well, so that you know that you are on the right path of your soul's journey. You may want to check out my timeless readings, my guided meditations, as well as the Ava series, Ask Vanita Anything. All those are there to help you guys just navigate your journey, whatever that is, that whatever phase of your life that you're in. I also want to add that if you want to book any private sessions with me, you can do so as well. Link is in the description box. You can purchase and book directly from my website, as well as I want to add that 10% of Twin Flame Union sales also go to charity. All that information is in my website. You can check that out, along with lots of blogs that I have published. There's always new subscribers to the blogs as well. I don't do spams. I don't spam people with products and stuff like that. So the only time you will get an email is if you if I have actually published a new blog. So those are those. So you may want to check all that information out, as well as you may want to check out my social media accounts as well. I also forever on a daily basis support people that are in the soul's journey, especially twin flames. That seems to be what I attract. So here we go. We have 7 signs that you can watch out for, that your twin flame loves you. And like I said in the beginning before the intro, these signs will all resonate to you, and if it doesn't, you're not dealing with a twin flame. I can guarantee you that. It's just because these signs are everything that the journey is about. And I do not know any twin flame. I've been dealing with twin flames for 5.5 years, so I can safely say that all these signs that came into my list is definitely 100% experienced by all twin flames. It's very powerful because as a twin flame teacher, if I've come up with a sign like this or signs like this, just know that you are dealing with a twin flame, as well as you're in the right course of your twin flame journey. However, I also know that some people also get drawn to my channel, and they're also dealing with a soul connection. Soul connection is, in any case, a deeper connection than just somebody that just comes and goes. Soul connection is usually soul ties that tie you from previous lifetimes. So, and if you have somebody that you are experiencing on that level, definitely these signs on a spiritual level will make sense to you as well. So stick around and let me know. Definitely, I want to hear everybody tell me whether this resonated or not. So do make a point of commenting in the comment section to let me know how this video resonated with you and whether you are experiencing majority of the sign, if not all. So here we go. We've got number 1 sign, and I'm gonna also give you guys examples of the why they made it to my list, so that you have a deeper understanding of it as well when you are trying to figure out if these signs are what you are experiencing as well. So the number 1 sign is that made it to my list is deep inner knowing. Now you're gonna ask me what that is. The deep inner knowing that the person that you are dealing with, your twin flame or your soul connection, is absolutely in love with you. And I'm not talking about loving you as a brother or sister or friend. I'm talking about somebody that is desiring you, loving you, wanting you, feeling your presence in their own auric field. That is what I'm talking about, that intense, deep love. And there's going to be many times throughout the course of your journey, and it doesn't matter how they behave in physical reality, because that's just 3D behavior. I'm talking about in general, you will know. And there's going to be lots of times when people that you come across, in your day-to-day living, your friends, your family, your colleagues, or this or that, they will tell you that, oh, this person is not good news. This person is not treating you well. This, psychics, readers, healers, you name it. They will tell you at one point of your time that the person that you're dealing with is not in love with you, or doesn't want you, or this and that you've heard million gazillion times as you've been in this journey. They will tell you that, but you're deep, despite that, your deep inner knowing is that you know that they have very, very deep, intense love for you. And that's your biggest sign. The entire part of this twin flame journey, this soul's journey, is to listen to your own inner guidance. And from time to time, you will have people that will throw little doubts to you, and they will tell you, oh, this is what it is. It doesn't matter whether with their karmic or they're married or they're single, or they're focused on this or that. It doesn't matter how it has presented you. These are all just soul contracts, meaning that you have soul contracts with people, they have soul contracts with certain people, and it's all just cycles that needs to play out the way it is. Those things do not matter. It's not relevant, despite all of those things that are happening in your connection dynamics, whether it's twin flame connection or your soul connection. Doesn't matter. It's that deep inner knowing, your intuition telling you that they have strong, intense feeling for you. And if you feel that way about them, you know that they definitely 100%, 200%, 300% love you. And that is just that. You can write it down and tattoo it on your body or somewhere that you see it on a daily basis. Your deep inner knowing is just that. Nothing and no one should defy that feeling, because it's your own soul that's telling you this, and you should always listen to your own soul. So I hope that this number one sign is getting you guys excited about the rest of the signs, because if you're watching this video, you know what I'm talking about. Definitely 100%. Another part that I want to also point out, the reason why you get this deep inner knowing is because you know that you've known them before. This is not somebody that is unfamiliar to you, right? So, and they portray this. You got to realize everything is energy. You both are connected on an energetic level, especially if you're twin flames. You have the same energetic blueprint, same energetic cord. So you guys are connected on that level, on that soul level. I mean, at some point, if you are dealing with a twin flame, you two were originated from the same soul origin. So when that is the case, you also can feel what they are trying to tell you on a 5D level, on a spiritual level. Their higher self is more connected to you. And again, like I said, it doesn't matter how they behave in physical reality. So another thing that you will feel is that you've known them before. And that's, again, this still part of the deep inner knowing. And that's because you've had past life history with them. Whether you've done past life work or not, whether you simply just know, of course, if you have done past life work, then you will get to see that. You will be able to visit those lifetimes when you've had actually, lived with them. So that's that's when you're going deep into your past life. But you also have that inner knowing that you have lived with them before in some other lifetimes. So that is all part of that deep inner knowing. It's all it's all shown to you on a spiritual level, so that you recognize your connection with them on a soul level. I mean, we all come here on this earth with soul amnesia, so you don't really remember a lot of things that had happened in the past life. You're not meant to, but bits and pieces here and there, you will get strong intuition or even foresights that, okay, so there is a connection from past life, and if you go into your past lives, you'll be able to even see it. Number 2 sign. Hope this is getting you guys excited. Number 2 sign is intense telepathy. And I have so many videos on telepathy. I've written blogs on it. I talk about it all the time. Almost most of my Signs and Things video, they have the telepathy as one of the signs of many things. But this is again coming again in this video, because it's so crucial, especially if you're dealing with a twin flame. You cannot have not experienced telepathy if you are dealing with your twin flame. There is no such thing. You totally, absolutely, 100% feel that. And a good sign of telepathy is that you are thinking of them non-stop. And if you are thinking about them non-stop, there is no way, Jose, that they are not thinking about you. So telepathy is huge, and I dove into this aspect in so many ways, especially in my article and in my other videos. I think that it's such an important part of being in a twin flame journey, and that's that telepathy. Nothing and no one can tell you otherwise. You know what I'm talking about. Let me know, because I'm always excited to read comments like this. It just validates my work, and it also validates it for other people that are in the twin flame journey, that you know, these things that they are experiencing is very similar to others, right? So intense telepathy is number 2 sign. It made it to my list because it's and of course all of these are not in any sequential order. You know, it's just that I just listed it this way, and if I didn't mention that in my you know, previously, I'm just also pointing out that I came up with 7 signs, and 7 is a very spiritual number. If you guys didn't know that, you know now. I mean, in biblical you know, stories, God created heaven and earth in 7 days, right? So you know, it's just, it comes in many ways. You know, how 7 can be a spiritual number. You have you know, 7 days in a week, you know, that sort of thing, right? There's so many 7s in sequences, right? Like, so just get to know, you know, how 7 is a spiritual number. But yeah, here it is. It's also shown up in this video as 7 signs, so which also tells me intuitively that 7 is very important. And yeah, I mean, if you are dealing with somebody on this level, definitely it is a spiritual connection. So so yeah, intense telepathy made it to number 2. Number 3 is, and here's the kicker, you know that this has happened to you guys, because I've talked to many twin flames enough to know that this is true, that they have given you clues. So go back into your connection and figure out how they are giving you clues and how they have given you clues. Now you're going to wonder what the clues are. I have actually broken it down so that you can figure it out, how this is rolling into your connection. They've given you clues in terms of what you need to heal, and just kind of on a shadow work way, meaning that they have shown you how to heal your blocks that you have, or they've given you clues on how to heal your blocks, how to navigate your twin flame journey. And of course, the biggest way that they do this is by giving you lots of triggers. They're triggering you how to just kind of love yourself, and how to dive into your self-love, your self-empowerment, how to better your life in many ways. They are also triggering you not to feel you know, abandoned by them, that kind of stuff. You know, they're trying to trigger you to stand in your own power, you know, those kind of things, right? So, and this is all, of course, through the shadow work. They tell you what kind of past life blocks you've had, what kind of current life blocks you have. So they will, and of course, if you are a twin flame journey, or if you're on a deep soul connection, you know that you are healing a lot of these kind of issues, and they actually give you clues on how to heal them. So, and also giving clues that I've written this article as well, so you can check that article out in my website. They also give you clues that you both have known each other before, or They have told you that you guys are twin flames, or you know, they've told you what's to come in the future, you know, those kind of things. So clues is huge, and it would present to you in maybe all of the way that I have mentioned it to you, or in some ways. It doesn't matter if they've given you certain clues, certain things that they've said, you know, through their behavior or something like that. That means that they, you know, they are telling you that they love you. The only reason why they have done this on a spiritual level, and I'm going to go on that, is because their love for you is so deep and it goes beyond anything that you know, that they always want you to become the better and best version of yourself. And the only way that they can do that on a spiritual level is to just tell you what to heal and how to navigate your twin flame journey through many ways. I mean, you may actually even find the right teachers, the right healers, you know, the right sources to, like books and you know, music. You never know how all these things kind of play out in your journey, maybe all of it, but all of these things are some ways that they actually will give you clues and give you direction on how to navigate your twin flame journey. And again, it doesn't matter if you're not a twin flame. If you are in that kind of deep soul connection, they would have done the same thing anyway. So yeah, that's number 3, giving you clues. I would love to know personally, write in the comments if you want to share how they have given you clues, because this is such an exciting and intriguing part. I always get kick out of reading, you know, just how much they have given you clues on this or that or something. It's crazy. Almost every twin flame will tell you that they've received some sort of clue from their twin flame. So that made it to my number 3 list. Now, this is going to be my number 4 sign, and that is some of the number sequences that I've mentioned here. Now, if you do not receive these, don't add on to it. Don't ask me questions. Oh, would this number sequence mean something, or that, or this? If these number sequences are not what you see, then that's what it is. You don't see it, you don't see it. Don't add to it, or don't try to you know, make a story out of it. There's a very good reason why I've mentioned it here. So, and I will explain why. And this is number sequences that indicates to you that they love you. Here it is. 222. I do not throw any significance on 1-digit number or 2-digit numbers. The only time that I've mentioned 2-digit numbers is 11, because 11 is a twin flame number, but it didn't make it here in my list because that's just your knowing, your clue that you're a twin flame. Here, for the purpose of this video, this is 7 signs that your twin flame loves you, and the signs are on the number sequences: 222, 1111, and quadruple 2. So 2222. Every time you see this, you will have that intense, almost like that, you will get like some sort of goosebumps. And next time, if you have not noticed it, notice it after watching this video. Why I say that? Because there's going to be a little fuzzy feeling that you will receive when you look at these numbers. And that fuzzy feeling is what I'm talking about. That made it to my list in terms of them giving you clues or signs that they love you. So 222, 1111, and quadruple 2. So if you see it next time, you know that that is that warm fuzzy feeling. Something will happen within you. You will feel good every time you see this number. You'll smile, or something will happen. And if it does, or if it is doing that and you have noticed that, write it in the comments as well. because it will validate it for other people that that's something that is happening to you guys, and so that they can also look into it. Now, my number fifth sign is dream space. I'm actually writing an article on this currently. It's being written, and it's a very intense article for myself because I'm not a big dreamer. So, but in the last maybe year and a half, I've been receiving lots of dreams, and a lot of them I can't make sense to begin with. But again, I'm still trying to do justice to the article, so hang in there. That article is getting published very soon. So, dream space. Now, what that means is that they will be coming to your dreams. If you do not recall your dreams, that's okay. You're not meant to. But if you do want to recall your dreams, I would say throw that intention before you go to bed. Ask your guidance team to help you remember it when you wake up in the morning. So them coming in your dream space will be very, very significant. And everybody has their own dreams that they dream of. Regarding their person will give specific insights, clues, or something that, again, this is such a generic way that they will appear in your dreams. You only will know what this means. So just know that if you have dreamt of them, or if you had a feeling the next day, even if you don't remember your dreams, that's okay. Even if you've had a feeling that they showed up in your dream, they did show up there in your dream. There is no question or doubt about that. It's something that did happen, and this is why the next day you have that little feeling, that inner voice is telling you that you dreamt of them. And that's more than enough for you to know that if they showed up in their dream, that in your dream, then that means that that is part of the sign that they love you. So we're breezing through this. We've got number 6th sign. This will baffle a lot of you guys because this is something that I know that all of you are experiencing in some shape or form as well. That is showing up energetically. So if they show up energetically, then that's also a sign that they love you. How do they show up energetically? It could be when you're healing with healers. They've shown up there to heal with you as well. When you're getting some sort of reading done, and they have shown up there in that sense. Or, when they have shown up energetically in 5D visits. You may want to check out my 5D video on what I mean by 5D visits. You can check that out. Or just you simply feeling when you're going your day-to-day things, you're doing things around your house, or you're out and about, and you suddenly feel like they're there with you in physical reality. It could be in a form of like a gush of wind, or goosebumps, or that scent, or their perfume, or just even feeling their aura. You don't have to see auras. Some people can visually see it if they're clairvoyant. That's fine, but you will also feel like that they're with you. And the fact that you feel this simple phrase, that you feel like they're with you, is enough. Just that inner knowing that, okay, they're with you, or you feel like, okay, did I just sense them, him or her, is enough for it to tell you that they have shown up to you energetically. And like I said, these are all some ways that they can show up. And if they have shown up like that, just know that that is okay. That is a very strong indication that you did not imagine it. It's not a figment of your imagination. You didn't, it's not an illusion. It is definitely them visiting you energetically, or showing up to you energetically in any way that I have mentioned, or even more. you will know what I mean, and that is okay. That means that you did sense them, and that is accurate, and there's a reason for this. They show up energetically because they cannot live without you as much as you cannot. Many years ago, a few years ago, I should say, not many, when I was energetically healing with my healer, there was this point where she wanted to just kind of untie our energetic cord, so that it was a very deep healing for me, where I was going to be whole and complete, and all those kind of things. So what she wanted to do was she wanted to just kind of untie the energetic cord so that I could get all this healing, and he was present. And my healer found it very amusing, and she actually even ended up telling it in my Reiki class, a few weeks later, or maybe a month or two later. She said, twin flames freak out when you try to separate them. So, and she knew that even that didn't work, because he didn't leave my side at all energetically. It was just one of the weirdest things that had happened in that healing session. So stuff like that will show up, and there's a reason for it, because they are totally attached to you energetically. There is no such thing. It doesn't matter whether they don't talk to you, and they've ghosted you, they've blocked you, right? All those kind of things that the typical 3D behavior that twin flames do. All that stuff is fine, but on an energetic level, they don't separate with you at all. So you cannot even separate yourself in that sense, even for that purpose where you're just healing for like 5 minutes. They don't know how to do that. So that is that intense love that I talk about, that attachment to each other, that energetic cord that you two share. It's indestructible. So yeah, and I have sometimes people ask me in guided meditations and stuff like that, I want to cut energetic cords with my twin flame, this. Well, you know now that I don't answer to those questions, because it's just, I've mentioned it in so many of my videos and teachings that everybody should frame that phrase, that you cannot energetically break away from your twin flame ever in this lifetime. So there's no point, so don't bother trying. But yes, you will feel them energetically all the time, and that's because they have that attachment to you, and it's a spiritual attachment, it's a soul attachment, it's a physical attachment, and it is what it is. It's a mental attachment, and that's twin flames for you, right? So here you go. I think that you know what I mean. Okay, so we are going into now sign number 7. So this is the last of my sign, and sign number 7 is animal spirits. It could be power animal too, it doesn't matter. If you're on a spiritual journey, by now you know that you see certain animal spirits, and you're drawn to certain ones. And some twin flames or some soul connections can validate that, or you know what I'm talking about, that there's specific animals that kind of is associated with your connection. In my case, it's Black Panther, so some of you know that story. So those kind of animals, as well as some of the generic animals that mate for life. You can Google which ones they are. I only pointed out the few that are here that I think are very strong indicators of animal spirits that have very deep meaning. And I will actually go over some of the animals that made it here in my list and what it means. So there's one aspect that I want to say, and that is that if there is any animal spirit that is very, very unique to your connection, and if that's there, you add that one too, along with a few others that if they show up in your in your day-to-day activities or something like that, you know that you again, it's all about that inner knowing, inner fuzzy feeling, or some sort of warmth feeling, or feeling good feeling that you will get when you look at these animal spirits. And that's because, you know, you are getting some sort of validation, or you'll think about your twin flame. You know, all those things are signs that this is going to make it to your list. So, and again, everybody's going to have very different animal spirits, so you have to kind of dig into it, find out their meaning to it, and see if they are one of those animals that mate for life, or you know, other traits of that animal, that sort of thing, right? So if you find that you've Googled it and it made sense to you, then that's what it is. So I will give you a couple examples just to kind of give you an idea what to look for on other animals, or even these ones too, because if you're receiving them, you know what this means now. So the animals that mate for life are swans, turtles, penguins, bald eagle, and wolves. So I'm gonna break it down to why these ones specifically made it to this video. Swans, of course, it's a twin flame symbol. A lot of people get very drawn to swans, especially if you're a twin flame and you've already heard it within the community that this is a twin flame animal, and you like it. You know, you think that they're amazing. This thing, that thing, all that. So swans is very, very huge. And seeing swans, whether in physical reality, or you know, in your social media, or in movies, whenever you see it, you find that you feel good. These are all feeling good animals anyways. They're meant to make you feel good, and if you feel good, then you know that that's just your, you know, way that your twin flame is conveying that they love you. So and another reason why swans are very, very significant for twin flames is because it's all about that inner transformation. You know, you turn from that ugly duckling into this beautiful swan, and they mate for life. You know, so they are very graceful creatures, and they're just so beautiful, and you just have that nice spiritual feeling when you see them. So yeah, if you see them and you come across it, definitely you want to say that this is a twin flame indication. I just came back from a vacation a couple of weeks ago. Some of you knew that. I went to Honolulu, and I was intrigued to see. I went to two locations. One was a Buddhist temple. It was something that we had a little bit of time, so we ended up going to the temple, and I was happy to see that Buddhist temple, because I decided to just you know, absorb the spirituality of that, and you know, did my prayers there. So that was one of my best places to visit, and it just kind of happened. We didn't plan it. So when I went to the Buddhist temple, I saw a turtle. And if you live in Hawaii, if you are if you've gone and visited Hawaii, you know that turtles are very, very sacred there. It's a very sacred animal for Hawaiians. And I actually conducted a 24-hour twin flame test on something that I had asked, and I asked for a turtle. And it didn't show up in the 24 hours. It showed up a little bit over it. But to me, it was still very, very specific. So I thought that was just very neat that it still arrived. And it just told me that there was, for whatever question that I had asked, there was like, it showed up, so there was delay. So delay was like a huge thing. And of course, it's turtles, so turtles have their own pace that they, you know, move. So, you know, that sort of thing. So it still held a little bit of significance. And then in Hawaii, of course, I saw turtles everywhere. It was just crazy. To the fact where I'm not the type of person that likes to collect souvenir. I don't do that. I don't buy those, you know, stuff that they get, you get them in gift shops. To me, it's just clutter, so I don't do clutter. If it's something significant, definitely I will buy it. But, and in that Buddhist temple, I did buy a couple of things that spoke to me. So it doesn't, you know, it has to speak to me a little bit. So, but what I did end up getting was a black coral pendant in sterling silver. It had my favorite tropical flower, plumeria. Some of you also know it as frangipani. So that that particular fragrance and the flower is, I love it. So so I was seeing that in all gift shops and jewelry stores, that sort of thing. So then I ended up actually getting that in sterling silver, and then the plumeria is on the top and the turtle is on the bottom. So it's like a teardrop kind of pendant. I'll wear it in one of my videos. You guys can have a look at it. So today I had like gold. It's got gold in here, so I just added gold to my accessories. It wasn't I didn't do silver, but anyways, yes, I just want to say that those kind of things will show up and you will know intuitively that there is a meaning to it. And the fact that I saw the swan in the pond, I mean, I saw turtle. I'll go into that a little bit here in a second here, but I just want to talk about the swan. I saw black swan, and I saw that, and then a few days later I went to a zoo there and I saw a swan there too. So I shared that with my private Facebook group, and some of you have read my 72-hour twin flame test blog. So that was my bonus sign that I had received. I have never seen a swan in my entire life in physical reality. I've seen it many times in movies and, you know, Facebook and all those kind of things, pictures, but not in physical reality. So for me to see a black swan 2 times was very, very significant, because it was just crazy how it was a bonus sign for me in my twin flame test, and the fact that it, you know, I did see it in this particular you know, trip. So so yeah, it just goes to show that you know, sometimes all these things kind of all tie in, right? So so to me, whenever I saw that, I just got this warm fuzzy feeling, right? And of course, after I've come back in the last 2 weeks, I've seen turtles everywhere. So it's just the way it is. So swans are huge for twin flames. They have you know, that spiritual essence to them. So you can read up more about swans and how it rolls out into twin flame journey. Definitely take that as a sign that your twin flame loves you. The next one that I wrote in here was turtles, and I had to look that up as to why I felt that turtles were, I mean, I heard that through just the locals and locals of Hawaii, that like the locals were just saying that it's a very spiritual animal for them. So I actually looked it up to see how they are spiritual, and they actually have a very long life, and they're known to have very long lives, and they're very, very faithful creatures. And you could almost say even though they go in a very, like, they live in a very slow motion base, but it's very steady, you know. They're very steady creatures. So what that means is that it's just a very strong, steady type of connection, especially if that's something that you guys are receiving in your twin flame connection. If you're receiving turtles as one of the signs, it's something that you can take as that it's a slow, steady, you know, connection. It's not on a fast pace, but it doesn't have to be. Sometimes, you know, the slow, steady way is more rewarding, right? So that's one of the things. And also it's also telling in one of the articles I saw that it was also about that they were if you turtles are coming up in your physical reality a lot as a sign, then it's also another aspect of reconciliation. So whether that rolls into my situation or not, I'm not sure, but definitely that's something that also I noticed. So the other one that I mentioned was penguins. Whenever you see penguins, they have that the yin and yang colors, right? So that's that definitely that shadow and light situation, and that if you're in a twin flame journey, then yin and yang is very, very crucial. It's a very prominent sign. So, and they come in the colors. So penguins do mate for life, and they're just very fun creatures to look at. So so here we go. So that is very, very significant. And then of course the fourth animal spirit that I mentioned was bald eagle. Bald eagles are huge. I see that all the time. I didn't realize that the highway that I actually travel in, there's actually so many eagle nests, and there are baby eagles all the time, and I see them all the time, almost every day. So bald eagles, and it's a very powerful animal spirit for me. So for me, I'm always feeling good when I see an eagle. So and bald eagle, you could almost say, is in that black and white sequence as well. You can Google how they look like if you haven't seen them. So to me, it's also very significant, and it's of course a very, very powerful animal. Eagles are powerful, known to be a powerful animal in all cultures, especially the natives. They absolutely think that it is, right? So and you can read up more on it, how they are very majestic. They soar so high, and anybody that knows anything about law of attraction, that eagles are just huge, right? A sign. So it's always good to have eagle as your animal spirit, as well as your twin flame symbol or anything. If you have any of that, just know that it's very, very powerful. The fifth one that I mentioned here is wolves, and wolves kind of run in family, right? So it's all about family. It's all about being in a wolf pack. So and they are very, very spiritual as well, because they have that feminine power, right? I mean, you always see this thing, in the movies and stuff like that, where they show that the wolf is howling, when there's full moon. So, and moon is associated with the female energy, the yin, right? So yeah, they empower the feminine energy, and so these are some of the animal spirits that I mentioned here, but you can for sure look at others that show up in your physical reality. You can check those ones out via Google and just get an idea why you're seeing them. Chances are that you'll have to maybe read a few articles for you to fully understand what they mean, but it'll give you a very good idea why you're seeing them. So these were my 7 signs. I hope that you guys enjoyed and getting some sort of validation that these signs that you see is definitely of some meaning in your connection. This was Twin Flame Reunion. All the best.